Hello, Flosstube. I'm Terry.
And I'm Jamie.
And we're the Cornhusker State Stitchers.
Today is May 16th, and this is Flosstube number 18. Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us again. Yeah. If you're new here, we appreciate you joining us. If you've been here a while, thank you for coming back.
Absolutely. Thanks for commenting. I really enjoyed seeing all the comments last week. I'm pretty partial to my puppy, so any comments about him, you know, he's pretty great.
And I do want to state for the record that he was very calm because I was rubbing his belly, and you couldn't see that on camera, but that just kept him calm. He is never that calm. He is the most hyper dog.
He's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. I love him.
The
grandpuppy, I love him.
So that kind of just rolls us right into what we've been doing the last couple weeks. So we came at you from Mahoney last week. It was a pretty short video, but I thought it was...
You're really short.
Thank you. I've always been short.
Do you want to raise it?
You yelled at me last time. Excuse me for a minute.
No, we're not getting that out. There you go. Okay.
This is how I get tall, guys.
Yeah.
So we came at you from the cabin, and we had only been there... I guess we had been there for about 2.5 days. Well, really about a day and a half by the time we shot the video. So we had a good 2 days of working after that. And we've got some stuff to show you guys for that. Not last weekend, but May 1st was the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I checked up on it when I got home. There was some to-dos with that. I guess the Derby winner had some medication in his system that was not allowed on race day, so there was kind of a thing with that. But he did race again in the Preakness last night, came in third. Spoiler alert if anybody cares.
You should have said that first.
Yeah. I don't know how many people care about that.
Hopefully you've watched it by now.
Yes. The Belmont is in 3 weeks, so I'm pretty excited about that. Hopefully I can catch that one, but we'll see. Thank God for YouTube, because then I can check back up on it.
Yeah. We had Mother's Day. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful Mother's Day.
Happy
if you're a
Mother's
mother,
Day.
or doggy mom, or grandmother.
Yep. Anything?
Yeah.
Yep.
Own a frog, whatever.
Did you have a good Mother's Day?
I had a very wonderful Mother's Day. Jimmy and her husband, Jim, took me to Texas Roadhouse for lunch. And of course, my husband was there too. Then we went out target shooting after that. We know someone who has a piece of ground, so we were able to go out and do some target shooting. If anybody is familiar with target shooting and blowing stuff up, we bought some tannerite and glued it to the targets, and I hit it with a little 22, and it just blew a hole in the board, and it was just wonderful.
Yep.
So what better Mother's Day than to go out and blow stuff up?
Yep. We actually got a watermelon, which turned out to be one of the most delicious watermelons ever. So my husband's cutting a hole in the watermelon to put the tannerite in it, and he's just pulling out chunks of watermelon. I mean, no, give them, they're mine. I want to eat them.
Yeah, we went shopping before that so that we could get like pineapple and watermelon. My husband wanted to get watermelon, and I kept saying it's just too expensive. I don't want to blow up a watermelon. I want to eat it. Yeah. So yeah, we were able to enjoy eating the watermelon.
A little of both worlds. Ate it, blew it up. But we were safe. There was nobody around for probably half a mile to 3/4 of a mile. It's a very safe place to shoot, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that.
Yeah. Yep. So I think that was it for Mother's Day.
And then after that, we came home and we had dinner with Jim's mom, and that was fun. It was good to see her. It's always nice to see her. We didn't realize it, but we got to the restaurant by the time we got in and got sat down, it was like 7:15. We didn't know they closed at 8. Nobody had told us or gave us any indication, so they were out of so many things, and they were busy, and it was crazy, but it was still good. It was a good experience.
Good. Yeah, I guess I never did ask you how that went.
Yep. We got the boat in the shop this week, so we're getting ready for the season, the boating season.
If it ever starts. I mean, it has been so cool. Yeah, and it's rainy. It's supposed to rain every day for next week.
10-day forecast. I double-checked last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got an open house coming up at the airport next weekend, so don't need any rain right now because the ground is just going to be mushy, and I've got to get out there and mow. And
Grass doesn't stop growing when it rains. You just can't mow it. Yeah.
I did want to say, I want to give a shout out to Brenda of Brenda and the Cereal Starter. She's gone through some health issues and have asked for prayers. So if you guys could keep her in your thoughts and prayers, it would be appreciated. You guys are such a great community, and we all bond together when things like this happen.
Yep.
And also, if you could keep in mind Becca from Sambry Stitches. She lost a good stitchy friend, so keep her in your thoughts.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So,
okay.
You want to go into questions?
Yes, let's do
you
that.
have anything else to talk about?
Oh, I'm sure it'll come to me. I can't remember everything. Starting with questions. Sandy B asked, hold on, I gotta find it. Are you using the called for colors in the Bent Creek piece, Stars and Stripes Forever? Yes, I am. I'm doing that on 28 count coffee tea-dyed Monaco, but all of the colors are called for colors. So it's a fun piece. Next question came from Maryland, and we actually had a couple people ask this question, but quick side note, thank you for all the love with our Labyrinth quilt. It was really, really fun to make. It was a little challenging. You just had to keep all the pieces straight, and we made it bigger, so we couldn't follow the pattern particularly. We had to always make more pieces, so keep track of that.
There are actually only 2 blocks in that quilt.
Mm-hmm.
And the blocks were, what, 24?
22, I think.
22 inches square, so huge blocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a challenge keeping them straight. And believe it or not, we could never see the pattern in that quilt until we showed it on Flosstube that day.
Yeah, we knew it was there. We just couldn't see it.
So.
But Marilyn asked how we plan on quilting that.
I think we're just happy that we got it stitched together.
Yeah.
So, have no clue. We should probably do something really clever, but...
The quilt deserves clever and custom, but I'm gonna just quilt it and get it done. It'll probably sit downstairs for a while, because that's how I roll.
We have a couple of quilts down there from like 10 years ago that we haven't quilted yet. So I want to get those up here because they're pretty quilts. So
yeah,
I always try and do some long arm quilting during the winter time, so I don't have to be down in the basement during the summer. But haven't gotten that done.
Paula asked, she had a question on The Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. The tin roof fabric was called for, but it was a mistake. What is the correct fabric to use?
So I had explained this before. Teresa Kogut had a box of scrap fabric that she pulled out and sent to her sample stitcher. And she thought she pulled out tin roof. So she put tin roof on the pattern. Then it was just after the pattern was released, she realized that that was not tin roof. She thought it may have been Confederate gray, but she's not 100% sure.
It was just mislabeled in her stash, I think.
And by the time she came out and said that, I had already bought the tin roof, and I was just going to go with it because I'd already started it and got far enough into it, and the fabric's expensive enough. I didn't want to go out and buy another piece. You'll
see my Land That I Love today on a different fabric, too. It's not Confederate gray. Yeah, it's one of my medias. But it's not Confederate gray, but it'll just give you another idea. But really, that's a very versatile pattern. You just got to make sure that, it calls for 712 for your white or your cream. So you just got to make sure that pops. And I'll show you. Mine's not going to pop, so I got to change it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've changed a couple of flosses because they don't pop. But, yeah. A lot of people are doing it on different fabrics. So I'm not sure if I've seen the same fabric twice on anyone.
Yeah. So. Yep. Janine asked, she was also talking about the Labyrinth quilt. She said it is gorgeous. Is the outer border made from New Navy Grunge by Moda?
Thank you, first of all. It's just a black grunge.
The standard black grunge. Yeah. I actually don't know what the name of it is, if it is just simply black grunge, but...
Yeah.
Yep, it's black.
Black and gray. The whole thing. And white. Black, gray, and white.
Yes.
I think that's part of what made it kind of boring to work on after a while.
Somebody was bored. I wasn't.
I like color.
Okay, just going through the questions. Give me a second. Linda asked what binding machine that I bought. So I bought a binding machine off of Amazon, and it's a coil binder for putting this is not it, but it does a similar binding like this. So I bought one of these off of Amazon, and it's the one that, it's a continuous coil. And it is called, hold on, the True Bind Coil Binding Machine with Electric Coil Insert. And the part number or the model number is TB-S12. So I just got that off of Amazon. It was a little bit, I wouldn't say it was super pricey, but I was willing to pay it because I had a lot of stuff I needed to bind. And I'm going to continue binding. I'm just finding all sorts of things to bind.
And we can also link that down below if you'd like.
Sure.
I don't know if a lot of people are interested or not, but
then it'll be there for you. Stratford Stitcher asked, what are those magnet things called that and where did you get them?
The magnet things she's talking about are Smart and Cool. Oh, why didn't I take these out before the video? All right. Smart and Cool magnetic silicone ties. This is what they look like. I got them in Amazon. You get a good hunk of them for...
That's only half of them.
Yeah, maybe 18 bucks. I can't.
18, 19, something like that.
So, yeah. Smart and Cool.
If you're like us, you can find a buddy and buy them. Sorry if you can hear the traffic outside. The windows are open. It's gorgeous. Mom bought some, gave me some. I liked them so much. I bought mine and gave her back what she gave me. So.
And I'm putting them on everything.
Yeah.
You can tie back my curtains with them. They're versatile.
Why not? They're there. Okay, so that is all we have for questions.
We do have one question. We can't find the question for some reason, but someone asked about modeling, how we get the modeling in our coffee tea dyed fabric.
And actually, let me see if I can find that real quick. I've got one that is pretty modeled.
Heavily modeled.
And these are the ones on our own stash that we dyed.
It's going to be the bottom one, of course.
Yeah. Okay, pretend you didn't see this. This is a whip. But you see all that modeling up here?
And that is heavily modeled. We don't usually model that much.
Yeah, another example. I'm going to show you the backside so you can't see my whip. That's a little more lightly modeled. Ignore this.
So what we do is we just put it on a cookie sheet. Of course, it's wet because it's been in the coffee and the tea dye mixture. Mm-hmm. So we put it on a cookie sheet and we scrunch it really tight. Make sure you have some peaks on it, but make sure that your ends are tucked under so that they don't burn. And then we put it in the oven for about 20 minutes on 200 degrees.
It's been a while, but I thought that one was probably like 30, 35 minutes.
The heavy modeled one is. Mm-hmm. We weren't getting enough modeling, so we decided to stick it in there a little longer and then got a little too much modeling. So just kind of keep an eye on it. And so where your top peaks are, that's where you're going to get your modeling because it's baking it.
Yep, exactly. It's drying out too as the moisture falls to the bottom of your tray. The top part is drying out faster. That's why it looks burnt, even though it's not burnt. It just is getting darker because it's in the oven.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Is that it for questions?
That is it for questions.
Okay. I'm going to pause real quick.
Okay, we're back. So let's
finishes.
Go into previous finishes. Yeah. So the only one I have for previous finishes is my May Cottage by Little House?
Country Cottage?
Country Cottage Needleworks. I get them confused. I changed the colors to more of a blue. I can't recall what they were. I think like a teal maybe, or...
Yeah, they were light and beachy. And...
So anyway, I finished that last year, so...
Yep. And that's just on a board she got at Hobby Lobby, and she actually just painted it white.
Chalk painted, yep.
Yep.
Finishes? Do you have any finishes this week?
No.
So, I didn't get all of my Maynia stitching done that I wanted to because I had my May sampler that's been hanging over my head driving me nuts. So I had to finish it. So I took a couple of days and finished my May sampler. So there's May.
I love that border fabric.
Yeah, it turned out really cute. I feel like I made some changes, but I can't say what right now.
For sure cloud, right?
Yes, that's what I did. That's the only thing I did. That was a dark blue, and I put cloud in it.
And it wasn't so much a dark blue. It was a bright in your face blue.
Yeah. And it just seemed to wash out everything else in the pattern. My opinion, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If you haven't noticed, we're pretty toned down unless I have a pattern that is boom in your face.
She tends more to the brighter things than I do. The brighter quilts and stuff. I think I'm starting to get her down over on my side.
That's been happening for a while.
Okay. Let's do Maynia.
Sure.
I think what we should do is you do one, I'll do one, you do one.
Did you pull them out, or are they all still in their baggies?
They're all still in their baggies, but there's a system.
Okay.
If I pull them out, I'll get confused. Don't get confused.
Just a reminder how we're doing our Maynia this year is I at least have a decision roulette wheel that I spin and pick my whip for the day. Mom has a box of whips. She's just going in and grab. Yeah, actually that one.
I just go in and I randomly grab one.
Yep.
That's it. That's my stitch for the day.
Yep, that's how we're doing it.
Although I did grab one last week and it's like, I know I'm not going to have enough time to work on this today, and it's one of my favorite pieces. I'm going to save it for a day that I know I'm going to have a lot of stitching time.
Yes, you have to save the good ones.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
You get started.
And we're doing one every other one, just to liven it up a little bit. This one is Country Cottage Needleworks, Ornamental Joy. And this one actually is a restart. I ended up recoloring it. I didn't like the fabric that I had originally started it way back on. So everything here is something I had done this week.
Cool.
There it is. I did, like I said, I recolored it, so I'm not using the called for colors. This is 28 count Coffee Tea Dyed Monaco.
That is a fun stitch too.
Yeah.
And I do want to say, I have most of mine in these little bags. If you guys haven't seen these bags yet, they're on Amazon. Go get them. If you can't afford to buy project bags for $25, $30 for every single project, I have like 60 plus projects. I can't afford that many project bags, and I don't have time to make them. These are perfect.
And that, you can get a pack of like 18 for
less than $1 a piece.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they're like 12, 13. Don't quote me on it.
No.
Don't go out and buy them all either, because I still need more. Okay, so my first one is Patriotic. No, I'm on the wrong page. I get organized and then I get on the wrong page. Cereal Bowl Collection Lesson 2 by Plum Street Samplers. This is done on 32 count Belfast by Zweigart in the color Raw. And all I managed to do was the flagpole and the roof and maybe the door, I can't remember. But we did this at the cabin on May 1st.
Oh, yeah.
And we were so tired. And by the time we sat down to actually stitch, it's like, I'm done.
Yep.
I can't stay awake.
Now that you say that, I'm actually missing one. I didn't work on it much. It was the one I worked on the same night. It's America by Barbara or Bobby G.
Yeah, you didn't bring it?
Yeah. No, I didn't bring it. You got enough going on over there.
I don't know what you're going to do with it.
I was going to put it in the pile.
Okay.
Deal with it later. These are in no particular order. Hers are. She's got a system. Mine are just blah.
Write it down. Terry is organized for the first time in a long time.
Waxy Moon Designs, Search the Sky. I love this one. It says, I don't know if you guys have ever read it, may you never be too grown up to search the sky on Christmas Eve. Have some magic in your lives, people. This is done on 28 count Blue Spruce Kesha Linen. This is the called for. I had just a little bit of the moon done, so I continued down here and then added everything else. So it's a fast, I was going to say it was a fast stitch. What I was working on was fast. And I was working on Christmas. I liked it.
Very good. My next one is Little House Needleworks, Lakeside Lodge. And again, you saw this last week from the cabin that I had planned on starting on it. Or working on it. 28 count Coffee Tea Dyed Monaco. And again, we did it at the cabin. I was tired. I had this much done. I only got a little bit of the roof done.
I didn't realize you had gotten even that much done.
Yeah, not much. I came home after our cabin visit and it's like, I'm going to bed. I unpacked everything and went to bed.
Didn't we went somewhere else too.
Oh, that's right, we did.
Oh, we went to Campbell's Nursery.
That's right.
And I got some plants.
And Shields.
I went to Shields.
Yeah.
My husband shops at Shields constantly.
Like every day.
So the only way I could get him to go to Campbell's was to promise him that I would go to Shields with him.
And I didn't get any flowers.
No.
I was pouting because my husband won't make me a flower bed. He's giving me a hard time about it, so I was pouting. But we're going back. He's out of town, so we're going back. Give me some flowers.
Yep. My next WIP, Country Cottage Needleworks, December Cottage of the Month. And then I made some more progress on this one. Again, coffee tea dyed Monaco. Finished December, did everything above December. And these two little red things down here.
What are those little red things, Jamie?
I don't know.
Poinsettias.
Are they?
I don't know. They're flowers of some sort.
They're dooley wops.
They're probably poinsettias.
They're dooley wops.
My nose is running. My nose has been running for the last week.
Allergies.
Yeah,
Gotta love them.
Blessed Bee by Brenda Gervais is my next one. And for you quilters out there, I don't know if we've ever said that or said this, or if anybody knows. Brenda has a sister, Sandy Gervais, who is a very well-known fabric designer in the quilt world.
She's got beautiful fabrics.
Yeah. So we like Brenda, we like Sandy, we like people.
We love the family. We like people.
We like people. 28 count, coffee tea dyed Monaco. I finished the bee skips and started on the flowers. The little...
Don't get ink on that.
The little bee was already done, and I saw a note that that I put in there. It was called for a wood trail by Gentle Arts.
Yeah, Gentle Arts.
It's too green for a bee, so I'm going to frog that out, and I'm going to put in something black or dark, at least.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Yeah, if you look at the pattern,
light.
I mean, it's black. And that's one thing that I've noticed about Brenda Gervais patterns. As much as I love her, you can't always go by the called for floss. You've got to look at the picture and make sure it matches, because it doesn't always look the same.
Yeah, if you like the picture, you have to do a floss toss and make sure that her floss will work.
Yeah, I don't know why that is.
And it could be too, you know, we do make a working copy of our stuff, so when you make a copy of a copy, sometimes that changes, but...
Yeah, but the difference between black and green, no.
Yeah, no. My next one was Warm Winter Wishes, again by Waxy Moon Designs.
That's a cute one.
This is on a blue dyed 28 count even weave that we got from Hobby Lobby. I actually had only done a little bit on the boots and the penguin. I think I'm gonna recolor the fire a little bit. So I'm probably gonna frog that out and change that up a little bit.
More orange.
Yeah.
You're pretty close to the side on that one.
Yeah. What happened here? Right? This is the edge of the pattern. There's plenty of room. Why did I start right here? It's not even an inch.
Okay, my next one is Knee High by Hands On Design.
Oh, the 4th of July. You're holding those weird. You're holding them crooked.
Crooked by whose eyes?
Everyone's.
I'm sorry. Tilt your head.
You're holding them like this.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh my God, you got a lot done.
28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco. I'm trying to figure out which is one. All right, I finished the railing, and then I did all the red on the flag and started the white. This was a fun stitch.
It goes way faster than you think it does. 2
years I've just been wanting to get that going, and it's one of those patterns you love, but you just don't make time to do it.
And then you're working on it. Oh, why am I not working on this?
Why haven't I been doing this?
Yeah.
So you had a good point. I don't know if you want to mention it now, that you're starring.
Oh yeah. So of course I have a spreadsheet, and I'm documenting all of my all of my manias, and The ones that I the ones that I absolutely love to work on, and I do not want to put them down. I'm putting a star next to them. That way, when I come back in June or whenever, I'm like, you know what? I want to focus on that one. So it gets a star.
Yeah.
Yep. So my next one is Teresa Koget, Happy Scarecrow. I did not get too much done. Actually, most of these, I didn't get a whole lot done because I really only have the time at work. So if I'm, if I can't take a break, then I don't get any stitching time. If I take or work through my lunch, I don't get any stitching time. So it's a struggle sometimes. But this is actually my May WIPGO project. Basically, my May WIPGOs aren't getting done. No WIPGOs are getting done at this moment. But here I am. And I'm just outlining his...
Oh, you started right in the middle,
his coat, yeah. Yep. Coffee, tea-dyed Monaco, 28 count. And then my goal for WIPGO is just to get his coat and the straw done. Just all of that stuff. I think it's much smaller than you think it's going to be. So I got down to the bottom of his coat. I'm like, oh, cool, in there already.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but I take my lunch at my desk. And
I do.
Of course, I run the airport. I can't just close the building up and walk out. So everybody who has free time from 12 to 1 comes to see me at lunchtime, so I don't get my stitching done, and it makes me a little irritable. It's like, don't you people know I'm trying to stitch? Could you, come back at 1? So I put the sign on the door the other day that said, I closed the door and said, we'll be back at 1. Who walks in? My son. And he's there from 12 to 1.
I love you.
I love you, but, come back at 1. No. It was good seeing him.
It was good, yeah.
Okay, my next one is Bless Our Land by Plum Street Samplers. Is it cricket? Is it cricket? This one is on 28 count lamb's wool.
You got quite a bit done with that.
By Witchell. I know, it's so close. It's like, why don't I just finish? So I finished the lady. I had just started the bottom of her skirt. So I finished her apron and her head, with the exception of her face, because I don't have that color right now. Then I did the basket and the stems that go up.
And you actually switched, so the house and the woman's dress are switched. They're called for colors, but they're switched.
Okay. What she said. I'm finding out that I'm not a fan of Witchell fabric, and the larger count, like this is 28 count, is to me worse than like the 32, 36 count. And
it's pretty holy. Open holes. It's open.
I mean, you can see through it. All right, well, that's a bad example.
But you can. Trust us.
You can see through it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree.
I like the tighter weaves, and I like Zweigart. And one thing, I don't know if you guys know, but you can always tell what fabric is Zweigart by the orange thread that goes through the salvage. Zweigart always has orange thread in their salvage.
Yes. Let me find a piece. So they've always got this salvage. Always.
And if you don't have a piece that has salvage on it, then you just...
You gotta guess.
You're screwed.
You gotta guess.
You gotta figure it out.
Okay, I gotta put this whip back so I don't get confused. Because I kind of am organized, you just can't see it. Country Cottage Needleworks, Bless Our Home. This one got a star, which is actually a heart. I changed the shape to hearts. This one got a heart because I want to get back to it as soon as possible.
That one is a lot bigger than I realized.
Yeah. This is also on 28 count coffee tea dyed Monaco, but I am working on the back side. So I just flipped it over. So this is the side that was baked with the top up. I'm working on the back.
So a lot less modeling.
Yeah. Fun fact though, when the fabric is folded over
and not scrunched.
This is what happens. Or if you lay two pieces on top of each other and or on top of a towel to dry, it actually will take out some of that dye.
Yeah, the towel sucks out the coffee and tea
Yep.
out of it. And so if you don't like what it looks like while it's still wet, put it on a towel and it'll suck it out, and you'll get a white piece and you can try again.
Now, you will be dyeing that towel, so make sure it's not a good towel.
Throw it in the wash right away.
And that's actually a good point, too. Don't put two fabrics that have been dyed that are wet on top of each other. Don't do that. Don't ask us how we know. Just don't do it.
Okay, my next one is Bravehearts by Little House Needleworks. Love, love, love this one. I'm doing it on 28 count even weave. This is a fortnight fabric piece. So that's probably one of my most favorite pieces that they've done.
It is a gorgeous color. You said it was one of their last year Black of the Months or color
Fabric of the month, yeah.
And it's one that's not green. They really love their green fabrics. They have gorgeously dyed green fabrics, but this one's really pretty.
And then at the first of the year, they changed their different
Colors.
categories of their colors. So what I'm getting now is very light compared to this. So I really don't know which category I need to be in.
They're actually not doing colors like this right now. So they're doing dynamic duos.
Well, that's what I thought.
So it's two colors together. And then they're doing expensive rich, which is an opalescent.
And they're doing grays.
And then the one we're in, which is subtle samplers.
Yeah. So they're too subtle for me right now.
Yep. Still have beautiful fabrics. Beautiful dyeing.
Oh, I love their fabric. I love the feel of them. I love working on them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I said that. Yeah, it was an even weave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stutter over my words here.
Wow, me too, thank you. This is my next mania. Little House Needleworks, Pumpkins for Sale. And I ended up having to recolor this because I just wasn't liking the colors. So I had some of it done already, and I kept going with that color, but I pretty much stopped so I could redo everything.
So I recolored most of mine too. Did you use the colors I used?
I haven't yet. No, actually, I took it home, found the new colors that I wanted, so no, I'm not.
So not the same as mine?
No. And then I tried outlining my pumpkin to make it easier, and I was off. So.
Yeah, people do that so that they can just do fill-in when they're at a baseball game or something.
Great idea.
I cannot outline. I screw it up every time.
I do too.
What's this? That's that.
It's a good thing you can open them and find out, though. They have a zipper.
And I left them unzipped so I didn't have to mess with it too much.
So if it's zipped, then you know it's good to go.
I have a seat for rent. Anybody want it? Anybody want it? Okay, Little House Needleworks, the quilt shop. And this is part of her hometown holiday series. And I'm not doing all of them. I'm just doing the quilt shop. I'm going to finish it and hang it in my quilt room. And I just finished the awning and started working on the quilts. And I did this during our Zoom stitching the other night.
Yeah, we did Zoomies last week.
So surprisingly enough, I didn't screw up. I usually screw up during the Zoom stuff, but I didn't get much done either. So
it was fun though. It was good to see everybody.
That.
We hadn't been for a couple weeks because I was sick for a little bit, and then we were off on our videos. So we don't like to Zoom on the same day we do a Floss Tube, because we Floss Tube kind of in the morning, and then Zooms are in the evening, and it just would be too much. My next project, told you it didn't come back out. Teresa Koget, Land That I Love. This fabric is Vintage Overcast by Lakeside Linens. It's going to be great, but it is light.
Did you say gray or great?
I said great.
Okay.
It is gray. That's what I got too. That's it. So I did test out, and I did rip it out already. I tested the 712, but it is going to be way too light. It will blend in.
Yeah. Okay, mine, wow, that one's zipped and stuck. This is why I unzipped everything ahead of time.
And what happened to this one? You got it?
No, I don't got it.
I don't got it. But it's next in line, so we have to do it.
That's right. Or I'll get out of order on my notes. Okay,
I recognize this one.
You saw this one Jamie just showed you. This is Search the Sky by Waxing Moon Designs. I did mine on 28 count Blue Spruce by Zweigart.
Called for fabric.
And I started at the bottom. Then I'm going into the lettering, and of course I'm bored. So what I did this time is I did sky, and then I started working up. This is the word up, like the P and up. That's all there is to it there. And what I plan on doing is I'm just going to work up the center of the letters.
Up through the word up.
Up. And then I'm going to do this. And I think, I hate doing snowflakes, so I think what I'm going to do is I have some pretty little snowflake buttons. I'm just going to sew some buttons onto it.
Yeah.
I love this pattern, but I'm bored and I don't know why.
Because it's white and snowflakey.
Yeah.
And you're done with snow.
I am done.
Hip Hop Jar, chock full, hands-on design. I am doing the jar for this one. I'm doing it on 14 count chalkboard black Ada. And I just worked a little bit more on the white. I finished up one of, I don't remember which one, but one of these carrots. Did that carrot. That's where I'm at.
Now, were you in the monthly club? Did you get all those?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too, and I think I've only gotten one done. Harvest or something like that.
Yeah, same here.
Okay. So my next one is Sunflower Inn by Little House Needleworks. And
That looks pretty.
28 count coffee tea-dyed Monaco. I had the border done, and I was only able to get the sun done this time.
I haven't seen you in so long, so I haven't seen any of your projects.
No, I haven't seen you all week. I do want to talk about this.
Oh.
This is a bag that I made. And how cute is this? I mean, it's got teddy bears. It's got purple.
It's got all the things.
And it's my favorite. So I had to put my charm on it, which is a purple birthstone for June.
Because it just so happens that your birthstone is purple.
So yeah, my favorite bag. Love teddy bears.
That's a cute bag, though.
Yeah.
Those are cute.
Yeah. All right, I just want to show off my bag.
So this is Country Cottage Needleworks, the bookstore. This got a heart because I absolutely loved working on it. It's one of my faves. I might change the color. The roof is 2 colors, so I might just change that to a fancy floss.
A variegated, very variegated one.
Yeah. And so this brown is, hold on. No, 420, so it's kind of a gingerbready, hazelnutty kind of drab. I like it looks like that. I like more of the gray browns, the like browns that are more
not
bold.
yellow browns.
So I might change that. And plus it's half a stitch too high anyway, so I have to rip it out. So
Does it matter? I mean, can you work around it?
It doesn't matter exactly. No, I just have to remember to keep everything else on the same level.
I wouldn't rip it out. I would.
But if I change the color.
Yeah, if you're going to change it anyway. Okay.
No.
Okay, so my next one is Patriotic House Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. Love this one.
I'm sensing a theme. We have a lot of Waxy Moon designs going on. And Country Cottage.
28 count coffee dyed Monaco. Excuse me.
Ooh, you got the flag mostly?
I did most of the flag on Freedom, on the Freedom one, and the flagpole. That's as far as I got. And this is another one of those things. When I don't get enough time to work on something that I really want to work on, and you only have a day to work on it, I get very cranky. And cross stitching shouldn't make you cranky.
But you just want to do it. You just want to work on it.
It's like I just want to lock myself in a room where nobody's around, turn my phone off, and just stitch.
Put a heart by it.
Yeah, put a heart by it.
My next one. Okay, so this particular one got the biggest heart of all. I have been working on this like 2 or 3 more days. Holidays Collection by Shane and Christine. I had originally bought the middle portion, but these are separate charts that you can put all together. This particular one is a part of the border, which is a free pattern that you can get off of her website. I had originally started it on 28 count Monaco that we dyed. That was my start last.
I thought that's what you were going to show. It's like, you've been working on that a lot. That's all you've got.
2-3 days. Yeah, so I had originally started on this, and then I got back to it. I'm like, you know what? I like this other one better. This is 25 count Prim fabric by Laurie Holt, and I'm really enjoying it. It's really easy, and going from 32s and 36s and 40s and to a 25 over 2, it's been fun. But that's where I'm at. So I started with the borders. I have it loaded in Pattern Keeper, so I just kind of went around and blocked things out so I could get going wherever I wanted to. And then I started focusing on this guy. And it went so quick. So this got a big heart. I enjoyed that one.
You gotta help me get some patterns in Pattern Keeper and show me how to use it. Right after I figure out how to use my Cricut. Got it for Christmas still. Haven't used it other than the first sample cut.
It takes creativity that I don't have, so that's why I bought it for you. That's why Dad bought it for you.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie. / Dad. Comparison is my next one. And this is by Cross Stitch with Art.
On Etsy.
I'm doing it on 32 count even weave. Again, a fortnight fabric. And I finished the word joy.
Oh, that looks pretty. Oh, I like that.
I'm still not 100% convinced that I like that floss, but I'm going with it. I mean, does it blend into the fabric too much?
No, I think that's great.
Okay, so
your stitches look so pretty.
Thank you. What I'm using is Artistic.
Oh, so it's not DMC variegated.
It's not a DMC.
Okay.
And I can't read it. It's a satin floss.
Artiste.
It's a Hobby Lobby brand, their own brand.
Yeah. So, here's the number. It's not focusing. My head's in the way, so is Mom's. But
let me get out of there.
I don't think that's gonna happen, but that's what it is.
But when you take the thing off, it's very hard to keep together.
It's
obviously
slimy.
It's very slimy, very silky. And it separates like
nobody's business.
Like when you're stitching, it just goes apart. But it's fun.
One would say use shorter strands.
It does it on short strands. I've got short strands in here. Believe it or not, there's short strands in here.
I got short strands.
I mean, define short, because I got some that are like 16 inches long. That's short. Did you just make a face at me?
I made a face at you. Anyway, my next one. Abby Rose Designs, Primitive Merry Christmas. This one is the one that I did the least on. I was really bummed about it. I'm doing it on 32 count Brash Belfast linen. It is the called for. So I only had done the H and part of that leaf. So that's all I was able to get done. But progress is progress.
That's right.
And
that's why we do Maynia.
Mm-hmm. And it was another touch on it, so I was able to work on it again.
Okay. Snowy String is my next one. By Lizzie Kate.
Is this the one that you had started?
Yeah, this is my story.
Okay.
And I told it last time. So I started it. My fabric was too small. I cut it off. This is not how small my fabric was. I cut it off. So I restarted it. And this is how much I got done. They go really quick. This was a lunch hour at work that nobody bothered me.
That was one lunch hour?
Yeah.
Goodness. That's fantastic. They do go fast, though.
But
that's really cute.
I took the pattern.
You changed colors, too, didn't you?
Oh, I did. I took the teal out, and I put purple in. So like the A and the, was that a G?
Yeah.
I made it purple. Maybe not as wintry looking, but I don't like teal that much.
Looks like everything else is relatively the same.
I think so. So I took the pattern, and I was going to just enlarge it a little bit, and I just hit the first button on my photocopier and it was 200%. It's like, okay, well that's
Sure, why not?
that looks pretty good. So I copied it, and I copied the next page and the next page. I mean, we're talking, it's a pattern this big. So I taped it all together so that it was easier to read, and I'm not going to show you the pattern, but this is the back of it. This is my pattern.
1, 2,
and I've already torn a piece off
3,
because that only starts at
4.
F. But yeah, but I can see it.
Hey, that's fine. Lizzie Kate's are really, really small, so any way that you can make it bigger is good.
I could probably put this thing under my desk and still see it.
I don't want to show you a lot, but I mean, we're talking, it's big.
It's huge.
It's big.
Give me my little piece.
That's part of your story.
That's my story. And I'm sticking to it.
So the last WIP I have here, because I did forget one at home, Country Cottage Needleworks Silent Night. I do love this one. This one is so serene to me. Just
calming. Oh,
that's
all is calm.
This is done on blue 28 count even weave from Hobby Lobby. I did the all is calm, or part of all, and that little bit of white up there. So, yay!
It's a pretty piece of fabric too.
It is. It's really soft. I like it. Okay, what's your last one?
My last one is Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. And this is one I was very sad that I didn't get more done. So I'm doing it all as one piece. And I am working on Greta Ghost and Gruesome Fun. And this is where I'm at on that.
So that's the bottom, right?
That's the bottom. So I finished the wording here and then did this. And this is such a fun stitch. And I'm so sad that I didn't get more done on it. But I'm going to put a heart beside it.
I think you should.
Because I want to work on it.
Yes. Why didn't Snowy String get a mark off? What kind of fabric are you doing that on?
Which one?
The one you just talked about.
Stop it!
Stop confusing me!
This is 32 count vintage Stormy Night Lugana by Zweigart.
That's the same one I'm doing mine on too. Yep. Are you
happy?
Always. Are you eventually gonna do the black border on it?
Yes.
It goes really fast.
I was leaving that till the end. She's talking about the black border that goes around here. Because I want it to line up when I'm done. So I'm going to wait till the end. Okay. On my case.
Awesome. Next is a little bit of haul.
Do you have a WIP today that you're going to be working on?
I left it at home.
Okay.
But it is hands-on design by Priscilla, or artwork by Priscilla. It's called Let It Snow. I'm doing the winter one. I'm trying to think of if there's any other names to it.
We'll hit it next Flosstube.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be working on Basket Full of Summertime by Brenda Gervais. And this is where I'm at on it. So far today I've only done just the top of the basket. The rest was previously done. So I'll be working on that today.
Real quick with that. We're taking a momentary pause because there's a truck out there. I found that it was way easier to work in the diagonal.
Oh.
So you might consider that. I worked in the diagonal.
Okay.
Up and down.
I will take that under advisement.
That means she won't necessarily do it, but she'll give it a try.
You never know.
Yeah.
Okay. You usually have good ideas. I usually listen to you.
Okay. Do you have any haul?
That. I just have one piece of haul. Which, you want me to do it first?
Sure.
Okay. I photocopied the pattern. I don't have the real pattern with me, but this is my June sampler of the month.
Ooh, you made that one bigger.
I did.
You really like that 200.
I am like blind. I'm really not that bad. It's so much easier to just stitch and not have to sit there and splint. I won't even show you the pattern because it's like on, it's like on 3 pages. That's at 200% also.
This is fantastic. You know you can do this in Pattern Keeper, right?
If you would show me how to do that, I probably could do that in Pattern
Here's
Keeper.
the floss list. Look. I love it.
So
I'm not making fun of you. I love this.
Clearly, my first button is 200 on my copier, and I don't even bother to change it. I will tell you, though, that I know I'm going to be changing the pink to purple.
What about the watermelon, though? Probably keeping that.
Watermelon's got to stay the same.
Strawberries?
Strawberries got to stay the same.
Okay.
Or make them darker. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Once you do your floss toss.
Yeah. But
I don't know what that was about.
I have some monthly samplers and such. Hello. They seem to all be purple for June, so I feel like this one should have some purple in it. And yeah, I'm gonna put purple in it.
I did see the July. She posted the July sneak peek. Yeah. So we're gonna have to. Mom's probably gonna change that.
Yeah, it's very pale colors. It's
July should be in your face, red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Yes. So a couple of things I got some fabrics for bags. One of the fabrics is not in, but it's coming. So this is going to be a bag. Those are pumpkins. Here's this one, but it's got, the one that's coming in is glow-in-the-dark ghosts. And then this one.
Oh, love that. Love it.
Yep. I saw these plaids and I'm like, okay, this has to happen.
Yeah.
And then I got a couple patterns. So this one I had actually gotten previously. I just hadn't printed it out yet. This is called Hogwarts. It is by Silver Stitches. I did get it on Etsy. And this is obviously just the cover photo. This is the painting, not the cross-stitch mock-up. So it has a little bit more detail into it. And then my husband does play video games, and one that he likes is Assassin's Creed. And I sit there and I'll watch the game while I'm stitching, so it gives me something to do. But I can actually, talk to him about it. Have something to just sit there and do together. This is called Assassin by Tilton Crafts. So it's based off of that game. I do like it. I like it a lot, actually. I'm excited. And then this one I had to buy. I've been resisting buying this one. And then it keeps showing up on my Instagram.
That's because you subscribed to it.
Well, now I have. But it kept showing up, and I'm like, I need to do this. It needs to happen. So this was an 11 o'clock at night purchase, but I do not regret it. This is Modern Folk Embroideries 2021 Stitched Along.
Do you watch his Floss Tubes?
I don't. I haven't.
He's very enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did buy all of, I was at, like I said, this was 11 o'clock night purchase, so I couldn't go to a store. So I went to 123 Stitch and like, okay, I need fabric, I need floss, let's get this coming. So it should be here tomorrow.
Never shop when you're tired. Or do. That's when you'll get the stuff that you like.
You'll actually buy it. Yeah. Uninvited Guest, I bought that at like 11 o'clock at night. I was showing Jim, and I'm like, oh, I just love this one, but I can't bring myself to buy it. He's like, why not? Just buy it. I'm like, okay. Boom.
Husband says buy it then, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't ask twice.
Yeah, so this will be started when I get the stuff. I promise you. I will have one start. That's it. That's what I have for haul.
Okay.
It's going to be a long one today.
Yeah. I think that's all for cross-stitching.
Yep.
You have anything else?
Not for cross-stitching. No.
Okay.
Got some quilting stuff.
All right. Let's go on to quilting then. Do you want to pause or do you want to
No,
keep going?
actually, I have it all right here.
Okay.
So, I'm not going to bring both of ours up here.
No.
But just one.
No, just know that we did 2 of everything.
We did. You want to start with yours, though?
Sure.
Because
Okay.
I just talked about my stuff.
So I have, I was going to grab that picture and I forgot. My Forevermore quilt, I have 2 months done. So here's the little basket quilt block. And these are 3.5 inches big. I thought I was about done. I'm on month 6. I thought, wow, this is only a 6-month block block of the month because I was running out of paper, out of patterns. And I realized they only sent me 6 months, so I hope the next 6 months are coming.
They will be.
Yeah, there's this one. There's this one. I love these colors.
Mm-hmm.
These are right in my wheelhouse. There's this one.
I love this. This is very similar to that Daybreak quilt that you bought me for Christmas 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Every time, it's actually very similar colors too. Every time I see it, I need to work on it.
And then there's this one. And these are 6.5-inch blocks. It doesn't look crooked to me. I think you're crooked.
It's crooked this way.
Here, how about you hold them?
Okay.
There's 2 of these in different color palettes, so you can't hold them.
You're not giving them to me well. These are adorable.
See, you're holding it where it looks crooked now. And my little churn dash block, 3.5-inch churn dash. It's cute. So that's 2 months. I haven't gotten my coriander quilt block of the month yet from that quarter shop. They're running behind on shipping or getting stuff in.
Yeah, so a lot of fabric is delayed right now.
And that's cool. I get it. No big deal. I got plenty to keep me busy, so.
Yep. So then this is just on top. It's the smallest one, but we worked on it on Sunday, actually, 2 weeks ago. Halloween Figs Sampler block of the month. And we were able to get month 1 done. So we each made these cute little blocks. And then the big guy. And I think maybe we've shown this one. No, we didn't. We worked on it. Ignore that.
Yeah, we did. We worked on that. Yeah, the guys were coming to help us load our stuff up. They had a nice breakfast buffet there, a nice brunch. And so we tempted them with brunch.
We sweet-talked them with food.
Load. So they were on their way, and Jamie's like, do you think we can get one more block done? It's like, yeah.
Let's do
Let's hurry. We can do it.
So it turned out where our cabin was kind of down a hill a little bit. There was another cabin and then the parking. So we had to walk around the cabin and or walk up a steep hill. Well, we're taking everything downhill, so it was fine when we first got there. But then we're talking and I'm like, we're going to be tired. This is all going to go uphill. We should get the boys to come up.
Just to walk up the hill to take the dog for a walk was a challenge because...
And we're out of shape.
Yeah, it's like straight uphill.
Yeah.
So it's like, we're not going to be able to haul all this stuff up there.
Nope. And we were 25 minutes from the house, so yeah. Guys, come eat. And they were great about it. They're like, absolutely, we'll be there.
Yeah, anytime you tempt them with food, it's like, I'm all over it.
And it was a brunch buffet. It was delicious. We ate there a lot. It was delicious. Yeah. And then this was the prime quilt we worked on for that time frame. The bread and butter of the weekend.
Cream and Sugar by Edita Sitar.
Yep.
And it was our goal. We've had this for a couple of years.
April of 2019 is when it started shipping.
And for some reason, we just have not had time to get together and work on it. So that's one thing that prompted our getaway, is that we just need time away so that we can just sit down and concentrate and get this thing done. Plus, we just needed to get out of town.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm not necessarily going to hold everything up completely, but...
And our cabin was pretty small, so it was very hard to have room to do anything.
We got all the rows done, so that's one row. I'm just going to hold them like this. Okay. And then that's the next row. Now, they're folded up in here. Yeah. You'll see them.
You just do it yourself.
Okay, sounds good.
So we got all the rows done. We just don't have them sewn together, and that shouldn't take much time at all.
No. And then the last one. And I know you can't see much. I get that, but...
But at the same time, I think we've shown all these blocks individually, too. So.
We have, yes. So we each have a pile like this. That's going to get sewn together.
So 2 weeks to go from the cabin when we showed you our little board that had all those little blocks on it. That's our little blocks. That's what we did.
So we ended up cutting everything and having it prepackaged. So we got there and like, okay, next one. Pull out the baggie. Put it together. Pulled out the next bag. Put it together. And then we got to the point of putting all the rows together. So we had a great time at the cabin.
Yeah.
It was really fun. It was worth the time.
It was hard coming back to reality.
Yeah. That's what we have for quilting. I actually think that's what we have for everything.
Yeah,
so
I think we're done.
What are our closing comments?
First of all, plans. Do you have any plans?
Oh, plans. Continuing Mania.
Okay.
I'm starting this. This is happening.
In the middle of Mania?
In the middle of Mania.
I'm struggling with Mania this year. Not that I'm not enjoying it. I want to work on these projects, but My Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut is just calling to me, and I just want to get back to it, and it's driving me nuts that I'm not stitching on it. So I've got to find a way to work that in and work on that some more. And
you really are a monogamous stitcher.
I am.
So this is a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
And I was telling her before this too, so you have a floss tube and you really want to show everybody what you're working on. And you tell people that you are doing Mania and you don't want to go back on that. But and this goes for anybody, if Mania is stressing you out or if your plans are stressing you out, don't put that kind of stress on you. Do what you need to do what you want to do.
And it's not so much that Mania is stressing me out. What's stressing me out is that I'm not working on...
You're not getting done...
the project that I really want to be working on
what you want to work on. Yeah, exactly.
But then when I'm working on these every day, it's like I don't want to put them down. This is why I bought them. I love them. Anyway.
Yeah. So keep that in mind, guys.
My grandson Holt is graduating on Tuesday from kindergarten.
Yay.
So...
Go
First
Colt.
of all, we're excited that he is graduating, but we're excited that he actually is able to attend school. He's a year behind in school because of his cancer. He had to miss his first year, his kindergarten year, because he was in St. Jude. So being back
has been good.
Has been good, and he's gone through school, and the kid is smart. He needs to be in a higher class. That's a grandmother for you. I'm a little biased, but yeah.
Yep.
He's graduating anyway, so I'm happy to see that.
They're good kids, both of them.
Grandparents from Alabama are in town. They came up for
cool.
his graduation.
Cool.
And some baseball practices.
Sure.
So, we have an airport open house next Saturday at the airport. I mentioned that earlier.
Do you want to explain what that is?
I was getting ready to.
Sorry.
It's actually called a fly-in, and a lot of airports, small airports, just have what they call open house / fly-ins, where planes come in from all over. They just fly in, they eat breakfast, lunch, whatever, and then they fly out. That's all there is to it. We're doing this in conjunction. It's going to be Colton's 6th birthday, 7th birthday. Colton's birthday.
I have to look at the calendar. I don't remember. I don't even know how old I am.
I know. I don't remember how old you are either.
I have to count backwards. Yep. But the idea...
So it's going to be on his birthday.
Yep.
So we have a food truck there, and some of the proceeds from the food sold is going to St. Jude.
Good.
Yeah.
And that's what Colton wants for his birthday. He wants to give back. And the kid is just smart and understands what St. Jude did for him. Mm-hmm. And he wants other families to have that. So anytime Steph asks him, hey, what do you want for your birthday? I want to raise money.
For St. Jude, specifically, yeah.
Yep. He's a good kid.
He is a good kid.
And Ty is just as caring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Colt tried to buy his mom a bicycle the other day so that she could go riding on the trails with him. and he told me she declined.
She declined.
So you can buy me a bike. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you guys for joining us. You can follow us on Cornhusker State Stitcher on Instagram or Jamie at Jamie Mickelson, and we'll link that below.
Yep. Yes.
Anything else?
Be sure to like and subscribe. We love you guys. We love all your guys' comments. It's a good way for us. We try really hard to answer everybody. There are times we don't. If we get behind on that, we'll get caught up. Mom answers for the most part, but sometimes I'll answer too. We make it a point.
English.
Right. We make it a point to heart everybody just to show you that, we have seen your comment. We do love them. Mm-hmm. Keep commenting. It's our way to stay connected, even though we can't talk to you guys face to face, but those comments are a great way of doing that. So thank you. I'm actually commenting on more people now that I understand.
Saw that. It was exciting.
Yeah.
I do try and memorize you guys, who you are by name and the interactions that we've had in the past. And I'm not doing a good job at it, and I realized somebody changed their avatar picture, and I wasn't sure who they were, and then it dawned on me. So, you guys, I memorize pictures, not names. So, you change your avatar, you may have to reintroduce yourself all over again to me.
We have determined she is a visual person.
I'm visual, very visual. Okay, I think that's all I have.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.
See you in a couple of weeks. Bye.